Hello, welcome to another episode of Ouch My Money. I must do that. I'm consistently trying to think of new ways to start the show. Ouch My Money. And today we have our first. Oh, who's that? Who that? Hi Douglas. Oh, I forgot I must change my name to P. Mei. That's a virtual slap. From Douglas. Reporting virtual slap. Who's next? Who next?
Yeah, let
Hi.
me change my name also.
Change what? No, I thought, okay, Chunho you change, then I don't change. So whichever he does is not special. Oh, no,
Just quickly annoy him. Yee! Okay.
Hello.
Hi, Rachel. I hate it, but it's so funny to see people cringe. Oh, I'm going to today. I'm going to do something that is linked to today's topic. Okay, hi to all our viewers as well. Hello. Hey, hello, you all say hi lah.
Hello.
We all say hi. We all say hi. Hello,
No,
hello.
it's like
hi,
we
you
say
say hi.
hi to our viewers, ma, right?
Oh,
That's how
okay,
we
okay,
do it.
okay.
So now,
Hello. Kim.
hello. Hello.
Hi,
Okay,
hi.
Hello,
so
mine.
anyway, I'm going to do a couple of things and you make a guess what am I doing. What? Okay, like that. Make a guess, what is it? Oh, let me like that.
What is that?
Does it not remind you of some Instagram accounts?
No.
No.
No, they don't do that, man. They always do that. Oh, sorry.
Oh my goodness.
I
But
don't
anyway-
know.
But anyway,
No.
those were the old school Instagram influencers lah. They always, they always like, hello, I'm
that.
Cinderella. Okay, so anyway, those were very old school Instagram influencers. That was what I was trying to do lah. But apparently, I am not a old school Instagram influencer. I'm a trendy Instagram influencer. That's why I cannot capture the essence. Okay, you want to flash today's topic, then we're going to talk a little bit about it. Okay, the reason why I brought up Instagram influencers because I think most of y'all have known or seen there was when Instagram came into play, right? When Instagram became very popular, there was a huge rise in terms of the Instagram influencers where they post pretty pictures, they post pretty pictures of food, themselves, maybe the swimsuit or whatever lah, and then after that it peaked to a point and then people got tired of it. So now it is about content that is valuable, I think, right? Or valuable or funny and entertaining. It's either one or the other.
Or
Usually.
engaging.
Yeah,
I think
engaging now. So
the umbrella term I would say I would use is engaging. Okay, and it could be from many engaging from many perspectives. But I will say that skin still sells.
of course,
Yeah.
prettiness still sells. Prettiness also sells. Oh,
No.
okay. This one.
It's just sex sells, okay? Whatever it is, you just have to imagine, give people the idea of sex. It will sell. You don't have to flash the screen. You give people the idea of sex. Okay, you just have some very provocative movement or gestures, and people, imagine sex. Oh yeah, it will sell. Okay,
Provocative or not?
no, that's
Hey, hello, that's
I think this one provoke people to beat me. That's the kind of provocative that we're talking about. People will beat me. But actually, okay, so anyway, we talk about, so I believe like you said, engaging. So whether it's engaging in terms of whether people find your content valuable or they find it funny or entertaining. Either one, right?
Yes.
So we are actually talking about this also because during one of our previous episodes we talked about the metaverse, right? So we today I think we kind of we okay. So we were talking about this behind the scenes, right? For our viewers, a little bit of context. We were talking about this behind the scenes. That with the rise of the metaverse, because there was a rise of influencers in Instagram, and then it was Twitter, and then TikTok, right? Snapchat, TikTok, and now the metaverse is coming up. So we are discussing the possibility of, or rather, the rise of the next platform where content creators will be needed, will be in the metaverse. So that is, I think, summing up our topic today.
Yeah, let me just give you a little bit of context. I mean, we talked about the metaverse in the previous session, one of the previous sessions, and there are some other things that we also talked about in the previous session that's going to be one of the things that actually uh, uh, led to what we're going to talk about today. And one of the other things that we talked about was the great resignation. You know how during the
Mm,
pandemic, a lot of people got sick and tired of working for people, and they start re-evaluating what actually do they actually want out of life, because suddenly everybody just realized that life is short. Why do I still want to suck up to this boss and do all sorts of nonsense and all those stuff and just eat shit from this boss and all those stuff? And then they decided life is just too short. Okay, anybody can just die. You know, I got friends, maybe not in some of the countries in
so
Asia,
morbid.
and but seriously, I've got friends in New York. Everybody knew somebody who had COVID and somebody who died when they first came.
Wow.
Everybody knew somebody. Okay, it's not a 2 degree, 3 degree, not from, not because of friend of a friend of a friend. It's some, they actually knew somebody. Almost everybody. So suddenly they realize life is short, and this is not going to be the last pandemic. Okay, we are going to continue to have pandemics, and they realize that life is short. Okay, I have to rethink what I want to do with my life, and a lot of them decided that they're going to do something that is worth living for, and not just this shit sometimes. And especially those people in the hospitality and service sector where they take a lot of shit from customers, and decided that no, enough is enough. So if you read a lot of things in the papers, a lot of the people just walk off. A lot of people that's in the fast food restaurants, they just walk off, and just even restaurants that give tips, and they just walk off and say, this is too much. Okay, we are trying to help people, serve people. There's just too much demand on us, and there's not enough benefits, insurance, and not enough medical coverage for all these people working in the restaurants. And the bosses demand them to work long hours, and they say enough is enough, so they just walk off. And you read a lot of the paper, they just walk off and suddenly just put aside on the door and say, enough is enough, we're leaving. So there's many cases of this, in especially in the US. So now what happened to these people that just left, and they created suddenly a vacuum for the entire industry, not just the service industry, not just the hospitality and service industry, but eventually it led to a labor crunch, because of great resignation. It eventually led to a lot of other companies as well, and suddenly there was a labor crunch, and there's people are starting to rethink, why do they want to do some of this work when they're not protected, and the companies don't take care of them, and so they left to do their own stuff. And a lot of them actually become they become digital nomads. So I'm just going to explain a little bit about digital nomads, which we actually talk about it in one of the last session as well. Means people actually write create content either on their bloggers, their influencers, but they don't stay at one place. They just move around, especially within USA. They move around. They probably on in a car, in a van, or in a caravan or RV. They move around from city to city. Some of them actually fly to other cheaper cities. Some of them actually
Okay,
or
sum it up.
fly to other cities where it's cheaper and do all the stuff. Now, with all these people leaving, a lot of businesses are running out of people to do a lot of the jobs. So
Mm,
companies are now turning to robots, turning to AI. So if you look at some of the YouTube videos, actually there's a lot of YouTube videos to show Tesla, show the how they manufacture the cars, and you look at it, 90% is robots, and that's how they keep their costs low. And if you look at Amazon and Alibaba, in their warehouse, the sorting is done by robots with AI. And with more people leaving, more of these companies are just going to turn to a lot of robotics to do all these jobs, because the robots, you just have to program them with algorithms and put AI into it. They'll learn on its own, and they don't complain. So they're going
Yeah,
to learn that.
correct.
Then, as more and more robots are being engaged, automation is being used. There's going to be more people
Who
suddenly
have nothing
realizing
to
that,
do.
yeah. So
Mm.
what are these people going to do? And
The
I was starting
robot.
to think that the best
No,
thing
is
for
it
people to do is to create content.
okay? Maybe I add a little bit more. So basically, with the I think everybody else also know already lah. Like what Chun was saying, robots is taking over a lot of the repetitive tasks that is being done, right? Whether it's factory or whatever it is, things that doesn't require the human touch. So as our jobs are being replaced, the only areas where we can thrive as humans, which so far is not replaceable by robots yet, would be in terms of content creation, like what Chunho says. So that's creativity, right? Or service where you require the human touch, right? These are the areas where you will need people because robots are unable to do a lot of what is required in those fields yet, right? Did I get that right, Chuno?
Yes,
Yeah,
correct.
but even the service part of it is being
Yeah, I know. I
minimized
mean, like
already,
service in
because
terms of like maybe therapists or
yeah, okay, those kind
yeah,
of service,
yeah, yes,
cutting
correct. Those
clinics,
kind of service.
those kind of therapies are
Like
like,
hotline or whatever lah. Things that
yeah,
require the here.
yeah.
EQ. Things that require EQ are not there
Things
yet with
that
the robot.
yeah, correct. So
True.
socializing. Like imagine you go to a bar. I don't know lah, but imagine you go to a bar and you go there as you want to have a good time, you want to chill out, you want to relax, right? It's fun if it's a robot that's serving you because you get to something new, correct? But I think sometimes people go to bars also, they go there alone because they want that social interaction.
No, they
How
want to
you
be picked up.
social I don't know, maybe pick up or be picked up
Or
or
they
to
want
pick
to,
up
or
somebody.
they want to watch the sexy waiter or waitress.
Oh yeah, maybe,
Oh,
but then the robot is not I don't know lah, unless they
Yeah, the
have
robot is
certain
not a
kind of
sexy way.
fetish, which I have nothing against, by the way. But if you have, unless you have a certain type of fetish, the robot's not going to appeal to you. Even if the boobs are like G or I don't know, whatever.
yeah. So
Yeah,
so the thing is, I think yeah. So we know. So the thing, the trend is the evolution. Okay, so the things to watch out for. Okay, the evolution of technology and how fast, how rapidly it is evolving. And whilst we may say that anything that can be systemized right now, that can be put into a system, okay, can be replaced, the human can be replaced by a machine. But and then we are talking about the variations as far as humans are able to perform that machines cannot. Okay, but then we need to also consider the evolution of AI. Okay, where the machine is now capable of learning.
Of course.
Okay, and then and with that learning, okay, we don't know when the machine can become creative, okay, if it ever will, but it is learning. Okay, and the parts where that require humans to do things because they are learning creatures also can be eliminated because machines learn faster than humans do. And machines learning means that they're also correcting at a faster rate than humans can. So humans need to do things that only humans can do and machines cannot, which is to be unpredictable, which is to have an experience, okay, which is to be crazy, which is to go nuts.
Which
Okay,
is
and I
to
think this
To be unpredictable
machines
also.
won't go nuts. Machines won't go nuts, and other humans like watching drama. I think we all have a drama hope. We just need to acknowledge that part of being
yeah.
human. We are. I mean, that's why all these Korean dramas, that's why all these drama series and all that, okay, are so engaging because there is drama. So imagine watching
You
a
just
drama with no drama.
you just sum up why TikTok is so successful.
Yeah, it is. It is. And because
I
it's
hate
very
it
dramatic.
though. I
It's very
really hate
drama.
it.
It's crazy. People are spontaneous. It's just ridiculous. It is not something a machine will do because machine won't be ridiculous. Machine won't be crazy. Machine
It's
won't do
so
stupid
stupid.
things
So
and all the stuff.
stupid. Like those dances where they do.
Yeah,
I
that's why TikTok is so successful because it basically have
But
all the elements that Douglas was mentioning about.
yeah, and it is stupidly funny. So
Yeah, it is stupidly
yeah.
funny. Okay,
Okay, I
then
think
you need, okay, so then the thing also is this. Then we need, but the thing is it may not remain like this forever. Because you need to know why people go to entertainment, why people look for these kinds of drama, because their own realities, their lives, okay, they're looking for somewhere to escape to because of their miserable jobs and all that. Okay, they want to go into a
because of their
fantasy
miserable
land, they want to go and
lives.
watch drama that's about other people and not about them. Okay, and that's what people,
Yeah.
and that's the audience now. But imagine this: if all these unhappy people who are in their current jobs leave their current jobs
And
to
become
do the things
happy.
that they enjoy doing, then you're going to run out. Okay, you may not run out of unhappy people, but but this whole group of people is going to shift.
So then
Okay,
that's why content that is valuable, I think still will work better in the long run.
yeah, so
Content
the content now is driven by a lot of me too's. Okay, people monkey see, monkey do. You see the dance, okay, you copy the dance, and then you do another version of the same dance. Okay,
I'm very
and if you
against
watch
that.
TikTok, okay, you watch TikTok, it's just a lot of people doing the same thing over and over and over again. So it's a repeated formula. Okay, and after a while, you know TikTok, you will just swipe, swipe because they're all the same thing. Okay,
Just different face, same dance.
until you come to something different, then you pause and watch. So the key is not to do what other people are doing. The key is to do something different, and only humans can do that.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a
So
question here that
somebody
says
asked
how. Yeah, I'm just
how to
referring to
create
it. So
content. I
how
think we're looking at, I think we're looking at the same thing, right? How to create content when we run out of ideas.
well, there's
You want to
never
take that? You want to take that?
who me.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I don't know. Okay, when you say
But you
run out
know
of ideas, it depends on what ideas we're talking. Say again, what?
but you know
It depends on what. Huh?
you create content very I don't okay, never mind. Sure, you go first, go first.
Yeah, I mean, depend on what you refer to as content. I mean, and what you mean by run out of ideas. Because if you run, you know how people recreate things. When you run out of ideas, you always look into the past, look back into the past, um, and look at what happened before. Because you can rehash ideas. We always bring back the 80s. Last time when I was young, people always bring back the 50s, bring back the 60s, bring back the 70s, bring back the 80s, and now they are bringing back the 90s. And then the fashion is the same thing. They always draw back from the old days, and then they will just repackage it a bit and do this. So in terms of ideas, I don't think we'll ever run out of ideas. But you can, if you suddenly lost for things to bring into your content, you can always look for other people, look at some other things, um, and then you just have to repackage it a little bit. Basically, that's it. If you look at some of the things that is out in the market, some of the TV shows, some of the movies, their themes are almost similar one. It's just that with newer technology, with newer CGI stuff, they just repackage it and make it more interesting and had a wow factor. I mean, if you look at Star Wars and you look at Marvels nowadays, wow, the special effects are so different. After watching all the Marvel movies, you go and watch the old Star Wars in the 70s, like wow, like the one I don't think I can watch it anymore kind of stuff. But for us who actually first watched Star Wars in the 70s, I tell you, those are really movie magic. You have never seen things like this before. But the theme at the time about taking down the evil empire has been going on for a long time. But they just make it into a sci-fi, everything that's interesting. But going forward, we will always talk about taking down evil empire. Even Marvel's talk about taking down this evil empire. Maybe it's not empire; it was just Thanos. But maybe going to the new phase 4 of Marvel, there may be an evil empire. I don't know, but you will still be the same thing, right? So you just have to think about it and then use newer technology and try to engage people, bring people into your story with the newer technology. Basically, tell the story in a different manner and engage them from a different angle. Does that answer? Or I said too much?
No,
But
it's okay. Denise, you have something you want to say before I inject something.
No lah, you inject first. Go inject away.
Okay, so injection. So here's an injection, and the injection is everything that Chunho said about telling stories and retelling stories. But the thing I want to add to that is two things. The first thing is, where do you draw content to tell the stories from? That's from our experience, okay, from your own experience. And the thing that I keep telling people over and over and over and over and over again is, look at your struggles. Look at your struggles, because the struggles, the challenges, the obstacles, and how you overcame them, okay, are key content that very often, sometimes we don't want to relook at because it's too painful. Okay, but these are the most, to me, the most valuable assets. You know, all the people who write stories, who tell stories, okay, are able to tell, the very good storytellers are able to tell stories because they have distinctions that they take out from their experience, and they're not just making it up. That's number one. Okay, you just have to look at where you've gone, okay, where you've been in your life, your biggest struggles, how you overcame them, and that's one key content. That's number one, source of content. Then now you have all this raw material, all these ingredients. You need to have a recipe, okay, which is a framework to put all this content into, which then gives it a form that you can transmit or share or communicate or whatever it is to an audience. Okay, and that framework, is something that we have, that we have in this tool called Tribify, product insertion. In this tool called Tribify, that's called the Epic Adventure Framework. Okay, you take all these materials, you put into this framework, you can tell a story. Okay, so it's ingredients, recipe. Okay, over to you, Denise.
Who? Denise.
Denise.
Denise. Okay, this one. I think okay. So Douglas said, look at your struggles, right? I look at what gives me joy, and I think it's in your head, you know. Like if you have a limiting belief that your ideas are limited, you will run out of ideas one day. But if you open your mind a little bit and you look around you, there are ideas everywhere and you will never run out of ideas. So that's what I believe in, because right now, for my own channels also, sometimes I will think, what if there's no ideas? What if there's nothing to talk about? But there is always something to talk about. The only reason why you think there's nothing to talk about is because you think there's nothing to talk about. So even if there are ideas around, you don't see it. You see. So that's my own
Yeah,
journey.
so the thing I want to add to what Denise said is, we have a lot of judgment about ourselves. Okay, or what content is worthy or what content is not worthy, what content. So we filter. So we do all this self-filtering about what we think people want or don't want to hear. Okay, but sometimes the thing is, the things that we have is so valuable, and we really don't know, okay, on the receiving end, that piece of content that we don't think have value might actually change someone's life. And we don't know. We don't know until it is put out there. And then we get feedback.
Yeah. So
And And the content, be it the experience or joy or anything that we are looking at, can be seen from different perspectives. You can talk about it as if you are which I'm guessing you are, if it's your own experience, as yourself within that content itself, or you can describe it as an observer looking from at the experience from the outside, or you can describe it from different perspectives from looking at it. Every experiences can come up with a lot of different ways of looking at it and gaining different insights and experiences from it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but I
Okay,
just
so
want to say, I just want to add that,
Yeah.
like Douglas
Yeah.
said, when you run out of ideas, look at your own experience, because some of the, let's just take some of the examples out there. If a lot of people actually use their experience, the struggle that they've been through, and create content in many forms. Actually, make movies, tell stories through it, or they write a song about it. And some of the biggest hits are the emotions that people, the emotional journey that people gone through. Some of the biggest hits are that. If you remember Adele, Rolling the Deep, you think about this is a breakup song. As that whole album is written because after her breakup, and she wrote a lot of those songs in there. And that album was one of the biggest album ever for her, and actually in the world. So people relate because some of the things that it comes from your experience, comes from your struggle, people will relate, and they listen to it, and they experience the emotion, and they experience that, and they say, yeah, I have the same thing also, and I now realize that I actually can go through it as well. And so maybe they'll learn from the other person. If it comes in the way of storytelling, say, oh, this it's possible to get out of this loop. It is not a deep dark pit that I can never get out of, because somebody actually managed to get out, and somebody survived. So it is possible to get out. And all the other stuff, I mean, the movies and all the other content that's out there. So the first thing is to take from your own experience, be it happiness, sadness, anger, whatever it is, share it, and it will help somebody to get out of it.
so the key word that Chunho used is having content be relatable. Okay, and I think that's the key moving forward as far as humans are concerned. Because as we move along, we talk about machines versus humans. Okay, who would you rather do business with, a machine or a human? I would personally like to do business or work with another human. Okay, machines give us leverage, give us systems, give makes things easier. That's fine. But as far as having someone create value for me, I would really like to have another human. Okay, be that point. And for me looking into the future, what I see is that businesses are going to be about relatability. Okay, how well we can relate to the business, and then the business, who is the face for that business. And if we're looking at the evolution of value creation, I believe that all businesses, in engaging with their marketplace, in engaging with their audiences, will need to, in one way or another, use content to engage. Because that content, if I'm using content that's relatable to you guys, okay, then that's going to create a connection that only I can create as a human with another human. So it's creating content, putting into a framework, creating relatability, and then putting it out there, allowing people to be able to actually access us. And I think that that's going to be the core thrust in why we need to be doing this whole content creation exercise.
Exercise.
I mean, content creation thing or whatever whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I think everybody goes into it for a different reason. So for for Douglas, he has his reasons. Everybody else has a reason. Mine is I just like making people laugh lor. So everybody has their own reason. You need to find your reason also. And you will find people who will vibe with your reason. That's why even the most nonsensical videos and the most nonsensical, I don't know, whatever, still gets a lot of views. Because you will have people who will relate to that. Even if for me, I'm like, ooh, what's that? Like, ooh, no.
Yeah, so
Judge.
there is a niche for everyone.
Yes.
There is a role for everyone to play. It's just like there's not only one type of movie or one type of drama series or one type of there's the entire range. And we look at the entire range, okay, the entire range is like where do we want to play? And that's the opportunity. And then and then we get to choose where we want to slice it and where we want to play. And the playground right now is huge. The playground is not only huge, it's also a growing playground. So to me, the thing is, where do you want to play? Then you got to start playing. Because that's the future. That's the future. Whatever it is you want to do, you want to make people laugh. You want to make people okay. And there are people who want to make other people cry too. And there are other people, and there are people who want to have sad entertainment. Is there such a thing? You know, to watch something and cry. It's
Entertainment.
a
Oh, but I realize that people who do that usually are those who have difficulty expressing their emotions. Like those who have difficulty crying about their own things. Some people they use that as a release. They cry about the show or the movie, and it helps them to release their own sadness. You know what I
better to
mean?
cry about somebody else than cry about yourself, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, because
but you are
because
releasing the same emotions lah.
yeah, because they need to be strong. For them, they need to be strong. They need to have this facade to be strong, so
They're
that
Exactly.
they
like
will cry about other people.
You do
Look,
they're
you
in
lah.
their life, they're like
Yeah, for them,
then behind closed doors, they're like,
emotionally.
That even worse. But anyway, okay, there's something I want to talk about this future income engine. I'm not sure. I think creating content that is engaging and draws people to you is great, and it can draw people to towards your business or to find out what exactly is it you do on the side. So it's great as a marketing, but I'm not exactly. I think it's going to take a very long time for it to be an income engine by itself. You get what I'm trying to
but
say?
I think it depends on what you define as the source of income.
If let's say if let's say I have a channel or I'm on whatever platforms and I am using it to create engaging content that draws people to that channels people to my main business or wherever my income generator is, then I think that one is more of using the platforms as a marketing. We're talking about social media now as a marketing platform, right? Whichever media social media you're talking about. But if we are talking about using these social medias itself as an income generator, it will require some time. A lot of people, I realize that a lot of people out there, they feel that influencers or content creators immediately they can get a lot of likes, a lot of followers, a lot of subscribers, and then you get a lot of money. But it's not true. You need
well,
you need quite a while to get it
well,
up to a point where it's a sizable income itself. It's a sizable income generator itself. You get what I'm trying to say?
doesn't
I'm not
that
making sense.
apply to a lot of things?
Yeah,
Mm.
correct. It does. It
Or
does.
everything.
What?
It
Yes,
does.
Rachel,
It
say that
does.
again.
Oh, sorry.
I said to you said apply to a lot of things. I said does or applies to everything that we are doing.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it
what I
It
meant.
needs
does.
I mean,
time.
yeah, it, I mean, if you are thinking of a get rich quick thing,
I
I
mean,
don't know.
total 4D all
My
that aside lah. Okay.
yeah, no for the. I mean, seriously, I think the easy come usually is easy go
Easy
one.
go. Yes.
Yeah.
But
And to
I
me,
realized okay, you finish first, sorry.
yeah. So it's like even when I teach people about investing, it's like if you think you're going to just strike it rich and then so easily and then in a few months you strike it rich and then that's it already. Okay, seriously, don't come and learn from me because it's never going to
Doesn't work
happen.
that way.
Yeah, it doesn't work
Yeah.
that way. If you want that, you go do something else. Okay, you go and buy 4D, you go to the casino and do whatever stuff. You go and bet on crypto, maybe you can do that. Okay, but then easy come, easy go. You never know, you just lose everything as well.
Mm.
A lot of people have been hearing crypto. Wow, but some people went to crypto and then they suddenly wow, like crypto millionaire. Yeah, you never know what's going to happen, and it could be a tulip bubble again. So anyway, things are
Actually, I heard
evolving.
a lot of people lost money in crypto as well.
There's a
Because
lot of
you,
scams. There's all a
for one
scam.
person that earns this much, there will be many other people that loses this much.
Mm.
Yes.
Mm.
You get what
Because
I
it's a
mean?
zero sum
Yeah.
game.
Okay, the
For
reason why I
someone
brought
for someone to make money, somebody else has to lose
has to
money.
lose it. Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
correct.
And recently the Reserve Bank of India actually came out the chairman of the Reserve Bank of India actually came out. Cryptocurrency is worse than Ponzi. It's like Ponzi, but it's worse than a Ponzi scheme.
Ponzi.
Ponzi. Okay. So I
It
mean,
depends
somebody
on which
actually came out
side
and say,
of the Pacific or Atlantic that you're
Yeah, doesn't
in.
matter lah.
yeah,
Just a whatever scheme. Okay, Ponzi,
yeah. So
Ponzi.
and that's why China banned it because the repercussion of this getting out of hand in China can create havoc in the society, and China doesn't want this to happen in their society. They need the society to have equality in terms of wealth distribution. Otherwise, it's just havoc there. So China has so far banned it. So anyway,
Okay.
that's not the point here. The point is that if whatever you do, it will take time, and you
Mm.
just recognize that.
The reason
Even
why
the
I
most successful influencers that we see today didn't get there overnight. Okay, we just don't see the effort and time that was invested for them to get to where they are. So it takes time to build an audience, to build a tribe. But the key thing is whether or not you have the content to do that that's engaging. Because when you do, then the people you're going to attract the people that you want to attract because of what you have. But if you don't have that, or you don't put in the effort and you think that posting a few nice pictures of abs and biceps and looking pretty and all that is enough to draw an audience, actually maybe it can lah, okay, skin
at
will
the
sell,
beginning,
but I
Yeah,
think that
no,
also draws a certain type of audience.
wait. I got to clarify that skins do sell, but you don't think that you just because you post some skin, it will just go viral immediately. I have actually, when Instagram first came out, I actually followed, and I knew somebody took years before they actually amassed a huge following. Some of them have very good, not skin stuff. They actually post nice picture. They also took a long time to amass it, and then those people that actually like fitness instructors, and they took a long time. You think they just because I'm a fitness instructor, I go there and post, and then suddenly I got these people
Mm.
coming to me. No, some of them show
So
some
it takes
skin.
time.
Wow, the only people that actually go in and suddenly have a big following is celebrities. But then again, you have to remember these celebrities build up their fan
Yeah,
base
they took time. They took time to
outside.
get to where they are.
Okay, the only reason why I brought this up is because if you tell other people that I'm going to build I don't know, textile business or coffee business or go to cafe or what, people will say, oh yeah, you need a few years at the very least, right? Until you start making profit, etc. But the moment you talk about influencers and YouTubing and content creating, people think it's a overnight thing. You get what I mean? There is that lens lah that people's that
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so
yeah.
it takes time to grow a tree. Okay,
So
whatever it is that we
yes,
do.
so it's the so if you're planning to do content creation and use that as a income generating tool, you must give yourself time. You don't expect like 3 months later, oh suddenly I'm going to earn money from it. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, yeah,
Actually
absolutely
can.
agree with you.
Actually can.
I
Actually,
actually,
can.
I actually
No,
think
actually
that
can. Actually can. It depends on what you're willing to do.
Yes, of
Really.
course. If you are willing to do a lot of marketing and etc.
No, it
etc.,
depends on what you're
definitely
willing to do.
can.
It depends on what you're willing to do based on what your audience wants or what you think the audience wants.
Mm.
Okay, I don't have to say it. OnlyFans.
Hiya, there are so many. There are so many OnlyFans. I think
yeah,
the market is
that
so
one is
saturated.
Accumulate. That one also takes
That,
time to accumulate their fan base, what?
but
Right?
so the yeah, but the okay. Anyway, anyway, okay, it is. I believe. Okay, I believe it is what you're willing to do and to what extent you're willing to do it. But the thing I also want to add is, as much as we talk about, and that's where the word future comes in. Okay, it's future. It's not now. It's not tomorrow. It's not instant income engine. We never said
It's
anything
not
about
instant
instant.
noodles.
Yeah, it's not. It's not 2 minutes later you get. Okay, so it is a future thing. It is a future thing that needs to be established. Okay, but in order to establish it, okay, you have to start, because and it's like investing, it's like anything else. Okay, if you it takes 20 years to grow a tree. So if you want the tree today, you've got to have planted the seed 20 years ago, planted the tree 20 years ago. Okay, so it is something that needs effort, work, okay, understanding, finding content,
Consistency.
creating content, consistency. Okay, testing, making mistakes, and making mistakes is going to be a key thing in this as well. Experimenting, doing things when everybody else tells you no, and not giving up. Okay, but making corrections along the way. So it's going to take time to build this engine. Okay, but you've got to start. And I think the point that we want to make is it is a viable income engine. Okay, and amongst all other business opportunities, okay, let's say the content. So let's talk about pure content creation and not as part of a business. Okay, to sell a product or a service. If we look at pure content creation, okay, compared to starting a business, it has the lowest barriers of entry. Okay, you have no production costs, you have no um, prototyping costs, you have no you will not even have manpower cost. Okay, because the creator, the source, and all that, okay, is yourself. Okay, and maybe maybe a mobile phone, and mobile phones are amazing today. Okay, so as far as from a barriers of entry perspective, okay, is easiest, and from a differentiation perspective, it's also possible to create that differentiation because we are humans with unique experiences. Okay, but we've got to put in the time and to actually do it. If you're in a job right now, you're looking for an exit. Okay, you don't quit and go into content creation and think that it's going to be instant. Okay, so but the thing is, it is a consideration that is possible to do right now. Okay, for some time in the future. But
yeah,
sometimes you hit that niche. Okay, you hit that niche. Okay, you will fly, but you got to start, because you don't start, you're never going to hit any niche anywhere anytime.
You're not going to hit anything, basically.
yeah. If you were to ask me, I would say if you got a job, don't quit your job yet. Okay, but start your content creation as a side hustle. Okay,
Yeah,
and
that's
build
what
it
I'm doing.
slowly. Okay, very slowly. I mean, it's not like, oh, I can just quit my job and those things. I'm not saying that. Okay, even for me, even when I start investing, I don't that. Oh, I'm going to quit my job and start investing. No, 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 no. I started and
It's
slowly
not
grow.
immediate.
It's not
It's
immediate. I
not
started growing and
immediate.
growing and growing until it took about 20 years. And when I had it, oh, I can quit my job already.
Hey,
20 years.
actually, after having said that too, with access to resources and access to tools and access to a lot of things that we have today, okay, the time taken may not be as long, okay, as
True,
starting a traditional business.
true, true.
It's a
Agree.
lot
I agree with
shorter.
you because nowadays anybody can create content. It's very
Yeah,
easy. Not like last time. Last time you create content, either a book,
You
okay,
need a
a story or
production
yeah,
whatever.
crew. You
You
need
need a
a
publisher. If you want
TV
to
yeah,
create a
station.
movie, you need a studio, production house, and all that. If you want create music and all those things, you need a record company to print and
Yeah.
mint all those things for you.
Yeah, but all
Now,
those things are cut now already.
cut now.
Now no need.
Yeah.
You just stay at
No
home
need.
like us kind already.
Yeah,
Talk,
you can
talk,
write
talk,
your own music
create
and then just
content.
sing and song and
On
whatever.
your
Yeah.
laptop.
So the
Yeah.
time also is being compressed. Okay. But anyway, regardless of whether the time is compressed or not, the point is it takes effort. It takes effort, it takes dedication, it takes a commitment to actually do it. It's not wishful thinking. I wish to be a content creator, meditate and okay, so
It's
that's
the
not
same.
going to
Then I wish to be slim and then just sit there and meditate. If okay lah, if I meditate for 10 days, I don't eat, then I will be slim lah. But I feel
I
like
think you faint first. I think you faint
yeah,
first.
I don't know lah, but it's like with anything else, you just need to get started and do stuff and just start doing. Just start doing with it.
Yeah, if you need to get somewhere, you need to start. Okay, the worst
Need
is
to
to
start.
procrastinate.
Mm.
I want to
Yeah,
start, but I
and
don't know this.
sometimes
You
I
never get
wonder
anywhere.
what people wait for, I don't know what people wait for, They're waiting for the stars to align. They're
No,
waiting
they're
for
waiting for
someone
the
to say,
cows to come home because the cows haven't ring their bell
the
yet.
cows are never okay. Face it. Come on. We've had this conversation over and over and over again. The cows are never ever going to come home.
Why? Somebody going to slaughter them, is it?
No,
So horrible. But anyway, you need to just go and make things happen by yourself lah. You don't just wait for things to happen. Things can happen to you lah, but it's probably not within your control. Probably also not things that you want to happen to you. So if you want something, just go and just start doing it. Do something, anything.
and
So,
okay,
so,
actually, yeah, Rachel, go.
so I'm thinking one easier way to start probably is to focus on what are things that you're passionate about and things that you're interested in. Because you're passionate about it, you're interested in it, you may already be spending time doing it anyway. So maybe just
Like you already know a little bit of background anyway already. You already a little bit of
look towards that
reading.
direction. Yeah. Hello. Yeah.
Yeah lor. That's why okay, y'all talk first. I think I show y'all something. I show you and our viewers something. Y'all stunned.
Yeah,
Right.
we are
Oh,
waiting
Rachel
for it.
finished already, yeah. Oh, waiting for it. Oh, because just now Rachel was saying that do something that you're passionate and you like, right? I just recently set up this Instagram page. This is purely for fun because I really enjoy seeing how my face can transform into something damn ugly. Okay. So I'm gonna show you guys. Can see or not? You must start from the pretty face, then see how it transforms. Okay.
Oh,
So
no.
it's yeah. So what happened was that when Rachel was saying this, it struck me that I just created this page really just for fun because I just think it's funny, like yeah.
Is it on TikTok?
No, it's on Instagram, but I have
So actually, Denise. So now that you brought this up, okay, I think that the thing also to know about content, being a content creator or content creation is this: you can do anything. You can actually
you can do
actually do
anything.
anything, and there is very little risk or very low risk, because what do you lose? Actually nothing. You actually don't
Nothing.
lose anything. You
Nothing.
experiment, it doesn't work. Okay, you don't actually lose anything except the time that you've put into it. Okay, but time, we have to put time into anything anyway. But you create product, you set up a shop and all that, there's actually capital cost, money, producing stuff, and then you produce a widget. Okay, you spend thousands of dollars producing a widget, and if it doesn't sell, okay, not only do you lose time because it takes that time, okay, you also lose a lot of money. But content creation, it is so flexible. Okay, you just twist and turn and navigate in whatever way. It doesn't work, then just move another direction. It doesn't work, then move another direction. Do something different. And the market is constantly giving us feedback that we can respond to very, very quickly as well. Okay, if people don't like it, they say they don't like it, then stop doing it.
Then somebody else
Yes.
will like it lah. You just need to put
So what
yourself
feedback
out
have
there.
you? So Rachel, Denise, what feedback have you gotten from your?
Oh,
Have
actually,
you
I
tried
think
that?
Got. I only started this, I don't know, 1 month or so. It's really just for fun because I always, okay, part of my, I like to stun my husband. I was what he, then I say, hi, then I will, so so I like how my face can kind of transform into something that's very ghastly also, right? And I think part of why I started this was, like I said, I enjoy doing it, and also I was tired of seeing all the pretty faces lah, with all the filters and everything. You get what I mean? So I was like, let's just do something different. So the feedback I've gotten, um, it's quite interesting because I have people telling me, I need to do this on TikTok. Then I have other people telling me that I should sell this as an NFT. Because
You
definitely,
can do both. You can do
yeah, I
both.
can do both, definitely.
Yeah.
And it's not something that's copyable, ma, it's my face, ma. Right. And how much time I spend per post? 1 minute? Yeah. So I sit at the toilet, I'm like, oh, what face should I make today? Oh, let's make this face, you know? And just now the face that I show, right? The one that I smile like that one is for Valentine's Day. I say I'm
Sometimes,
practicing my
sometimes in the toilet you can make other faces too.
yeah,
Okay, without
correct.
Wait, that's
being
horrible.
Correct.
deliberate about it.
Correct.
I think you
And
should
then
go. I think you should put this on TikTok.
yeah, I know that's what some people are telling me. And then
Hey, I know. You can do an entire series of toilet faces.
Oh yeah,
You'll be so
the
relatable.
diarrhea phase, the constipation phase.
no, the song
Yeah.
face. It must be a song face.
The
You see, it comes okay, sadly, I don't think this is a talent, but it comes easily to me, this thing. It comes easily to me and my
That's gonna be
sister. Okay,
hilarious.
this one my sister, she's gonna hate me, but I'm gonna show this is me and my sister. You all see? Yeah, so she has a knack for making faces like that. So I think it's our parents lah, huh? Let's just do the $2 statement. Yeah. So okay, that's a great idea. I'm gonna do the song face.
Mm.
When you're constipated for 2 days and it finally
Yeah,
comes out. That's my
you
caption.
accumulate 1,000. Okay, you NFT it. You're
That's
an
it.
instant millionaire.
Instant. Who knows, maybe I'm a billionaire.
Okay, anyway,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. I just had to bring it up because I just started this I'm having so much fun doing it. And because it's something that it's odd to say this, but it's something I truly enjoy. So it takes, I don't know, for me to make a face, I don't know, like 3 seconds or
To
something.
irritate your husband, is it?
Yeah, he hates the first time I made the face to him. He wanted to punch me. it was like a it was an auto reaction. He was like
Okay.
he was like, you don't do that face. You scare me in the middle of the like in the morning when I wake. You see, if he wakes up, right, then I turn around, then I saw like that to him. Because he's half asleep, he said, "You'll punch me first." You know what you think happens? I'm like, okay, we will see about that. Okay, but anyway, okay, are we doing last words now? Are you doing last words
Okay,
now?
Okay,
okay.
last words.
Last words
Should
time.
not go.
Should
Why
not go.
me? No, I have
Okay.
nothing. I'm just stunned off my mind. So y'all go first.
From the faces,
Denise, go.
Denise, go! My last words is just do something. Just do something. Yeah, really. Just do something and start today. Finish. That's my last words.
Okay.
Okay, Douglas,
Should
go.
not.
Juno not
Wow,
ready,
I
ma.
pointing finger everything. Okay, lah, just say lah. Okay, my last words. Basically, if you want to look at the future, you want to protect yourself, um, or you want to protect your income. Okay, looking into the future, content creation is a key part of it. Okay, don't rely on any employment income because you don't know what is going to happen. whether the company is going to go bust, whether the company is going to automate and those things. But you need to have, I think I've said this many times, okay? You need to have a contingency, okay? And a side hustle is always a good way to have a contingency. And content creation is going to be one of the future way of creating income. And you haven't started it, you can always start it. Don't quit your job. I'm not saying quit your job now. Do it on the side, start something, and you don't know where it will go, but at least start, and then you can correct as you go along. Who is typing?
Me.
Rachel, very noisy.
Are the words coming out by themselves?
Just like how you sit there and meditate, the money will fall down into your lap.
Okay, so yeah, so it's just the two things really is having the ingredients and having the framework, and you don't have to look very far for the content, for the ingredients, because it is just within us, okay, and the thing is to remove all self-judgment from that stops us, that keeps us from making what we have valuable, and then using a framework and testing the framework and putting stuff out there, getting feedback, making corrections, and getting to wherever you are going to get to is going to be a process of creating versions. Cannot, Rachel.
I'm picking up bits and pieces. Yeah, having the ingredients, having the framework, and removing all self-judgment that keeps us from what we have to be valuable.
Yeah, and just and doing things in versions. Yeah.
Yep.
Rachel, go.
Rachel don't know. Rachel. Okay, so something about Rachel is Rachel likes to do things that is easy and effortless for me. So if this is something that you feel that resonates with you, then think of something that you like to do that is easy and effortless and turn that into a content that you can create for people around you. Because you're definitely, of course, we are all special, but you're definitely not the only one who likes what you like. There will be other people who can relate to you too. Yeah. That's all.
Okay, and so that's a wrap. Over to you, Denise.
That's a wrap. I just had a wrap for dinner. Okay, out of context. But anyway, consistency. So we will see you guys 2 weeks later. Every alternate Wednesday. We'll see you. Bye.
Hey.
What happened to
See you
your
2 weeks later.
what happened to
Share,
your
subscribe.
like and
Like,
subscribe?
Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe.
Like,
This can be
share,
a
and
TikTok also.
subscribe.
Like, share, subscribe. It can be a meme, I tell you. You can be a meme. Can you imagine this as a sticker? Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe.
I'm going to throw a mouse at you.
It's so annoying, right? Okay,
What?
we are going to end the
Okay.
show.
Should I
Hey,
start
hello,
the thing
like,
now?
share, subscribe. Like, share.
Yeah, I know there's a boxing head.
Later my neck break, you know. Like,
Okay, I think
share,
we better
subscribe.
end the show.
Like,
Otherwise,
share,
we're just going to keep seeing Denise bobbing her head.
Yeah, you faster end. I'm waiting for her to end. Like,
Please
share,
like,
Okay.
share, and subscribe, and see you guys